My project is Indian Opera, NDN, which sort of used to be used as a slur for Indigenous folk. And I'm sort of taking back this term and using it for what is going to become a traveling troupe to bring classical music to the Southwest. I grew up on the Pueblo of Acoma in western New Mexico, about an hour west of Albuquerque. And, coming from a very poor community with very few opportunities, it wasn't until I actually left the reservation that I found classical music, and it's changed my life and it's taken me all across the world. And I just did something similar with an opera company in Montana this past year called Wheels of Harmony, where they traveled to schools and they sent three Indigenous artists in an SUV across the state to share Native culture and music. And unfortunately, we only got to one reservation in Montana, which is such a shame because there's such a huge Native population there. So, it was wonderful and amazing and an experience that taught me so much about being a teacher and, um, you know, sharing how to present myself, right? But it's not enough anymore. I feel like from that one reservation visit, my whole like perspective shifted because it felt like I was looking at myself, you know, 10 years younger, and seeing how singing with confidence and moving and uh, talking confidently in front of these kids like lit them up. So I wish that I had something like this when I was going to school as a younger kid. So the goal is to build a nonprofit from the ground up and to sort of take a traveling recital featuring Indigenous works and Indigenous artists. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's such a new blossoming world. I'm heading to Santa Fe next week for an opera reading written, and it's a new work being written by my dear friend who's also Native American. So it's about a boarding school and, why are we not telling our own stories? This is I think there's so much to discover and so much to be heard, and so much that's left out of the general canon that we all think of when we think of classical music. So, yeah, I'm really thrilled to be doing so much of my work will be done here in the Southwest because this is where my roots are. So, if you're ever in Arizona or New Mexico, please reach out. I'm happy to give you some suggestions.